Okay, we are now recording. Thank heavens. I did not want to forget to do that again for the second week in a row. So just want to make sure that everyone signed in using Appy Hour Quizlet as the meeting name. And then I wanted to point out where you can find the resources in the Schoology group, because we have Amelia Middle School is tuned in live right now via this Hangout. And then also Amelia High School has also shown some interest for tuning in sometimes too. So I'm just kind of reiterating where you can go, how you join the group, and find resources if you ever need to reference things after this hour.
Wait, where's the tickets?
Okay, so what is Quizlet? Is anyone in here, have you guys used it before? Okay, so then.
I've never used it, but I know what it is.
Okay.
I don't want to learn more.
Great. So then you know that it allows you or your students to create basically digital flashcards. And it does some really cool stuff as far as turning those, like each set of flashcards is called a study set, is what Quizlet calls them. And it will do some pretty cool things as far as turning each study set into, I'm going to check this word so that it doesn't keep that. It will turn each study set into kind of some fun review games. And it's basically just whatever your word and definition was. Sometimes it has the kids type the word or the definition, vice versa, things like that. So it will turn some things into a fun review game. So great, obviously, for that. I normally try to show you guys tools that are like a little bit higher up on Bloom's taxonomy or DOK, just because I want to get out of just this repetition stuff. But I know that Quizlet is, it can be a really valuable tool for studying things like that. So I did want to show you, but I also just want to kind of point out it is, very low. All it is memorize, repeat, spit it back out. That's basically all it does, but it's good at what it does. So to sign up, you can jump out to Quizlet.com. And I thought I had it up here, sorry. And the really nice thing about when you sign up for Quizlet, you can use your Google login. Okay, so one less password that you have to remember. And if you want your kids to create an account, one less username password they have to remember. It's just the top right. You should see, to sign up, you'll have to hit the sign up button, and then you can choose sign up with Google. And then you'll get something and you'll have to say allow, and then you'll be signed in. And then when you go back to Quizlet, you'll just select that Google sign in the top right. So I'll give you guys just a minute to get that all sunk together and signed in. Y'all good? Mm-hmm. Okay. So, super easy. First and foremost, I want to point out the search up at the top. So again, always don't recreate the wheel if you don't have to. When you go here and search, somebody give me a topic that you're about to do in class.
We already did dividing fractions.
Okay, that's all right. So dividing fractions, we'll search. Okay, here we go. So right here, it will show you how many terms. So each term think of that as like one flashcard. So don't get too excited about the pictures, and that is a paid feature.
Oh.
Now it's only $25 a year if you want to be able to do that. So if you and I think when you do that, then you can also record audio. And you get more like classroom management tools. Mm-hmm. So there's definitely some benefits to the paid version, obviously, but with the free version, you cannot add your own pictures. Now, what you can do though is if you see one that you like, you can open up that study set that has pictures and use it. You just won't be able to create your own with pictures. Yeah. So let's say, okay, this first one's great. I'm going to skim it over. All right, awesome. This looks like a great review. Right from here, I can share it with my students. I can add it to a class so that they get it. I can turn it right into the flashcards. I could embed that link or share the link out with the students, post it in my Schoology class. I'm going to show you guys how you can actually embed this flashcard set right onto a Schoology page, all kinds of stuff. So I just wanted to point out the search first, and so that you can always go there to start with. But let's go back home so that I can show you guys how to actually create your own. It's about as easy as searching for another one. But so when you want to create your own, we're on the home page, and up at the top next to the search bar is create a study set. So that will open to this page, and then you give it a title. And then you literally just go down, and you have terms on the left and definitions on the right. And you just go down, and they, in the same row, they obviously line up. That would be the front and back of like a physical flashcard. So you just go through and type as many as you want. If you need to add more than 5, which you probably will, you just click the plus sign and you can keep going until as many as you want. I've seen some of these sets with well over 100 flashcards in one. So you can add a very good amount of flashcards here. So then if you do decide that you wanted to do the paid version, over here to the right is where you can add an image or add audio right there. But again, that's going to have to be the paid version. Then a couple of things that I want to point out as you go through and type. It's sort of hard to see in here, but over here to the right of your title, you have this little visible to everyone. So you can change that, and editable by just me. So let's say that you wanted the entire class to be able to edit this. You could come up with a password for this study set and then give that password to your students so they could all contribute and make their own question, practice questions for the test. And then same thing with who can view. You can set it for certain classes, which I'll show you how you'll set up a class in just a minute. Give it a password for people or just you. So same thing for their students. If they're going to make their own for review, they have the option of, if they want to be the only one to use it, they can too. Whoop. I guess I gotta click off the password.
I really like the pictures. I didn't realize you could do that.
Yeah, I know.
The ones that have pictures.
Right, yeah, that's why I tried to search for some to use pictures. Like, let me show you the one that this Byzantine Empire here, I found, this is one that I searched just to kind of show you guys, and this one has pictures. And so it is really nice to kind of give them those visual cues there. But, of course you have to, okay. You just click on the flashcard to flip it to see the reverse side. And then down here at the bottom, you can move on. So there is that. And then if it had audio too, I don't know if this one does. It sounds like it does. My volume's down really low. It is reading this card right now. But so then if you did have it paid, then it would read it to them too. So that's how easy it is to create a set. I mean, literally, however long it takes you to type the stuff, that's all the time it's going to take you to actually make a flashcard set. Same thing for your kids. Might be a good idea to kind of if you're going to have them create sets, have them kind of creating their own along the way. so that they're not, spending an hour at the end creating a big unit flashcard set or something.
Is it easy to make a class and all that? And
Yes, yeah.
Like, do we make it first, or do they log into their account and then add?
Yeah. Either or. So I'll show you next how to make a class. Yeah, it is super easy. So, you saw how easy it was to create your actual study sets. It's about as easy to create a class. First, I want to show you the create a folder over here on the left-hand side. That'll just help you stay organized. And then, like, when you're in a study set that you created, right here, you can say add to folder when you're in the study set that you created. So that just helps you stay organized. But then right above that is the create a class, or like if you already have them created, you can see here this practice class. So that would be all of your classes. All you do is hit that, give it a name, a description. I want to point out this kind of middle checkbox right here. Allow your students to add study sets and new members. So if that is selected, your students will be able to add their own flashcard sets to that class and invite other people to that class. So it's kind of like a all or nothing sort of a thing. So that could be really great, if you're going to have a divvy up and you want them to share. But if you wanted them to just access yours or to have to each create their own, then you want to uncheck that. And then your school, you just have to start typing Glen Estee Middle School or Amelia Middle School or whatever school you're at, and then you can hit create class. So I'll give you a second to do that. Is this the screen that you come to after you hit create a class, like create a class?
I don't know, because I already had a class created.
Okay.
I
Okay.
don't know everything about it.
Are you guys creating a new class? Okay.
It looks, yeah.
Okay, great. I didn't know if it took you to another, like a different screen right away.
Yeah.
Awesome. So then, once you create your class, you'll be on this screen right here. And then to add members, top right, blue button. And you have a couple different ways that you can do it. So obviously, you're probably not going to want to type one by one your students' email addresses. So you can come down right underneath here and hit bulk email invites, and then you could paste them all, just separate them by a comma or a new line. Or what I would probably do if I were you all, since you have access to Schoology, is hit that automatic join link, and then this link you could paste to that class. Or, you could even do this with your multiple preps. And then you could once they click it, they will have to create an account, but they can do the sign in with Google.
So they're forced to join that class though when they sign up.
And they can join multiple classes. So like if their English teacher, their science teacher, their,
but they're forced to, like they can only join that math class. Like if I send them the link for my class that I made.
No, they could technically join.
But I mean, it'll add the class.
Oh, yes, sorry, yeah. Yeah, they wouldn't be able to join like your advanced.
Yeah, so they'll be able to join the class I invited them to.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, but they can join multiple classes, so that way they can join a class for every subject area. So then I would just copy and paste that link right into my Schoology course with that add link tab. Sorry, I had all of this up. I must have accidentally closed the window. So then on your materials page, you would just say add materials, add file, link, external tool, select link, and then paste that link right there. And then when they click it, boom, they'll pull up. They'll have to create an account if they don't already have one. Lots of kids do have one already. And they can just link it with their My West Claire Google username. So they have one less account username to worry about. And then you can add individual study sets. That way you don't have to worry about sharing a link to every single set, every single study set that you create. You just add it to this class, and then boom, they have it. And you can do that two ways, either from inside the class right here. If you go to add a set, then you can select it. You can also select an entire folder set. So if you're going to really utilize this, you may want to think about creating folders, adding them into folders, and then adding a folder of study sets. But so I could add that right here. Ooh, add. There we go. So now it's in. Now they're both in here, both of my study sets. You can also do it from inside of the study set. So once you create your study set, there's this add to class button right here. And then if you click that, then you can select from any one of your classes. And that is really like the meat and potatoes. One cool thing that I do want to show you. Cancel. And it is in our Appy Hour group so that you could see the example if you want to pull it up yourself. Over in the resources section in the, oh, it's not. Sorry. I did everything except for add the folder to the group. Let me just copy that in for you guys.
I never thought of that either. That's what I saw. And then, did you see how cool it was with like the division of dividing fractions? And it was like, they actually showed it, and then like with the vocab, they had pictures and stuff. I was like, why have I never looked at it?
Okay, sorry. So now you have a Quizlet folder in our Schoology Appy Hour group.
Like all of them? Like one. Oh, you're just gonna have each one, and then they can click on it and edit it.
Oh, share what you're gonna do.
Well, so I did math, and I don't know why, but I never thought, like I've used it before, but I've always used it for vocab. I never thought about using it for problems.
Yeah.
Until you pulled that one up. So for my intervention folks, I've been stressing this year their multiplication facts, because that's something they really struggle with. So I'm just going to go in and add flashcards for, like, and I'll have 3 times tables for, you know, so on and so forth.
Awesome idea.
So they can just go in and practice their multiplication facts whenever they finish early or something along those lines.
Excellent.
Always necessary.
Yeah, that's great. So another way that you can get it to them, so I would definitely still utilize the class tool in Quizlet, but then you can also, you know, and maybe you don't need to do, you know, maybe you'll just link to your class or something so that they can get there. But you can also embed the flashcards. This is a Schoology page. You can actually embed them right on your Schoology page. And then that way, they're accessing everything from the same spot. You know, then it's all just from Schoology. Another thing that you can do, you see right here when it's embedded, choose a study mode.
Yeah.
So this is the flashcards. Here's where you can kind of flip back and say, okay, test me on my knowledge. And then right here is where I would have to type the term. Or, you know, like you're saying, you're going to use the multiplication facts. That's where you have to type my answer.
Now, when you
So there's different study modes.
Do you choose which one it's in, like being embedded? Or,
Yes.
Okay, so the students can't choose one that's embedded.
They can.
They can.
If you go to actually, because maybe it's because I'm logged in, so it's letting me, but I believe they can flip and choose. So if you go to Appy Hour group and Schoology Quizlet, this embed Quizlet and Schoology page will be in there, so you can see what that would look like from the student's perspective. I believe that they will be able to you choose which original way you embed it onto the page. But then you can flip back and forth between them. Yes, yeah, and I'll show you how to embed. It's super easy.
That's cool. I really like the like problems.
Yeah, and there is a Quizlet app for iPhone and Android. So, you know, they could download that and view it from the app. I also tested it on this page where it's embedded in Schoology, and I can use it just the same in Schoology, in the Schoology app, if it's embedded in a page. Yeah, so if you want to try to keep them all in one place, you can definitely do that using the embed. And just so you know, I'm going to walk you through it, but just so you guys know, I have screenshots and step-by-step of how you embed. So if you forget, you can go here with the step by step and it'll walk you through.
Cool.
So just very quickly how you embed. When you open up a study set, you're going to go over here to more, and then you get this little drop down, and then you want the embed. And so this is where you would choose like the original version that they would, that you choose from this link. So I want them to be taken to flashcards first. So you just copy this link, and then you go into your Schoology course. I'm in a group, so it's different. It says resources instead of materials. But so you would choose a group, and then you would say add page. And this is probably the biggest thing that you'll need to remember, like the most important thing to make sure that you embed it right. Over here, over to the right of the page, you see these two little dots? When you click those two dots, that switches you into the HTML version, and that's where you want to paste that code. So you click these two dots, so it switches you into HTML, and then see how my toolbar's gone? Because when you're in HTML editor, you can't do bold, change colors. That's essentially like what you're behind the scenes telling it to do. So you don't have those quick options. So, and then once you're done, I'm going to have to give it a title. Then we can hit submit. And now if I scroll down, there it is, embedded right there. So it's literally just copy and paste. Just remember to hit the two dots in the page editor to flip to HTML.
And I can choose. It did let me.
It did. Okay, I thought so. Yeah. So students will be able to flip back and forth. Which that's really, I would say, you want them to be able to do that because like whatever's going to help them study more and like studying in the different ways instead of just like recalling by having to type or it's going to help them study a little bit differently. And in your classes, you will be able to track their progress. However, Quizlet's really big on saying, like, you shouldn't use this as an actual assessment. It's to just, like, give you a gauge of where the students are and how they're doing what they're struggling with. So if you see that, that's just kind of their little caveat that they're not an assessment tool. And that's really it.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, do you guys feel okay to use it? I mean, it's a pretty simple tool, so awesome. Any questions at all? Kendra, does anybody over there have any questions? All right, guys. Well, we're finished.
Okay.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
What do you want?